Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Justin Wolfe from WolfeCustoms, and we are at the first ever WolfeCustoms gathering. This is pretty exciting because, you know, it's going to be a little low-key, but we still have a lot of really great people coming in from, you know, all over the country, and this is where we're camped at. This is Osage Lake, and just gorgeous out right now. About 50 degrees. As you can hear, the circus dog is with me and my kids hollering at her. We're going to be doing a little bit of a different camp this time. You know, it's nothing primitive or anything like that. You know, just right behind the camera is actually the car. So I mean, it's just a good gathering of people coming together, kind of share knowledge and everything else, and just get to shake hands, you know, with people that we've talked to over, you know, Facebook and through YouTube and everything else. People that you become friends with, but you don't get the opportunity to actually ever meet. Well, this is that opportunity, so it's very cool. I've already got to meet, you know, a couple people that you know, I've grown really quite fond of on YouTube and Facebook. So the gathering actually doesn't start till tomorrow, but a couple of us actually got in just a little bit early, so stay with me. You guys know Larry Roberts.
Hey,
Say hello, Larry.
Hey guys.
And this here's Lee.
Hi everybody, how you doing?
This right here is what it's all about. Larry's setting up his shelter right now, and Lee's learning a little bit of a few tricks with it and everything else. Looks like we've already learned the trucker's hitch. And did you show him that, or did you already know that one?
No, I was watching him.
I think I need to show him. I think I just did it real quick.
I just watched.
Did you see that, or do you want?
Yeah, but I'll probably have to have you help me when I do mine.
Hands-on's the best way anyway.
Yes.
So what kind of shelter are you thinking about, Larry?
Thinking about a plow point.
Okay.
I'm pretty new with the tarp, so I want to kind of just take my time. We got plenty of daylight left, and I just want to take my time and kind of feel it out. But a plow point I think is going to work best, especially if we're supposed to be having some sleet and ice, storm and stuff like that. I kind of originally wanted to do some sort of a lean-to, but not with all that sleet and stuff coming in. I want to make sure I'm pretty well protected.
Right.
So,
and you're not going to rely on fire, right? You got your MSS.
That's correct. I got my MSS, I got a sleeping pad. I don't want to use a fire with my MSS. I don't want any chance of it popping or getting inside of it. So this Kansas wind too kind of bites through you, so I want to make sure I have it as enclosed and as good as I can.
Oh, and right now it's calm. This is calm.
Yeah,
calm.
But it's felt like it was coming off a glacier earlier. So.
Yeah. What kind of tarp is this?
This is at Tent Smith's oilskin.
Really?
Yep.
That's pretty nice.
I like it.
Dad, what about this one?
Go help Mommy with it, baby. Huh. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, so.
Okay, well, I'll leave you guys to it. We'll come back and check in a little bit.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right, Larry, walk me through. What do you got here, buddy?
Well, like you know, I'm pretty new at this tarp camping deal, but I brought my 8x8 oilskin Tent Smith's tarp out, and all I did is, well, like I said earlier, I didn't really want to lean to because of the ice storm and stuff we might be having, so I just have a ridge line. I got my toggles, and just kind of set it out in a plow point configuration, and the problem I'm having with it is it sags a lot in the middle.
Yeah.
And you can tell here where it's really sagging down here. So I'm wasting a lot of space down there. So I wanted to utilize one of the tie-outs in the center there, so I just kind of thought, you know, what do I have here? I was going to back my car up to it, but I thought this might work. I did a loop around one of the stakes, went through the center tie-out with a toggle, and then went around this branch here, and it did lift the center out enough for me to sleep in there and stuff. And then I just kind of stuffed my ILBE in the back here, give me a little bit more room. And this tarp won't leak. It's not gonna, it won't leak through, so I'm not worried about that. But I do need to practice with this a little bit more. I need to figure out how I can utilize the back of this tarp a little bit better.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm kind of impressed with that tarp. I was a little on the fence with those Tent Smiths tarps, but I tell you, feeling that, I mean, you get the impression that it's not going to leak at all. I mean, it's just solid.
Right. Well, I did a little bit of a couple of videos with my long fire and stuff like that, and it was colder, but the ice and the snow that accumulated on it melted when I was doing the long fire, and I mean, just beat it up super nice. No transfer, nothing.
Right.
Just ran right off.
Looks like that. It's all burning brick.
Well, as you can see,
I know you can make baskets.
the kids are leading us on a hike.
Burning up.
Oh, whoa.
This one right here should be a great find right here. That's a hard one.
That is a great one. Just looking around for promotional material.
Come on, guys. Come on, Dad.
You did it, right? Yeah, I did. But I have to tell you the story behind it when we get to camp sometime or something. What I actually think happened now, I thought about it for a long time. And when I did do that,
It'd be a little bit quicker. Oh, yeah, I'm not quite sure where it is.
Cottonwood is literally one of my favorite trees. That inner fiber.
Hunter, get over here.
I love the inner fiber. I love the fact that you can make a good bow drill out of it. The punk wood. Oh, I love the punk wood that comes off of it. In my mind, that and the willow tree in Kansas is probably the most useful trees that we have.
Dad, look how much wood I found.
Good job.
But we can't carry that much.
No.
the mercury.
Well, everything was going good, and then all of a sudden we had a couple new arrivals.
Yeah.
And look who we got here. We got Mr. Ed right here. Oh!
That's right. Somebody ordered a tree against some redhead.
That's right, with an epic beard,
I
right?
had to show up.
So,
I had to show up.
it's about to get out of control around here, I guarantee it.
This
This is Heather. And I don't know if you guys have seen Heather, but Heather has a channel called Heather Simple Life.
Simple Life Outdoors.
Simple Life Outdoors, so give her a check.
Thanks.
Here's some stuff that Joe said. Here's that horse poop. This is his contribution to the giveaway and everything else. He kind of left it to me to figure out how to give it away, whether we want to do a challenge or anything like that. To be honest with you, after thinking about it, I think that this package should go to the gentleman that put this together. Travis. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anybody got a knife I can borrow?
Oh, it's already open. It's open.
Man, a lot of work, a lot of hard work. Well, I needed
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you
paper. No way. Oh.
Now, I want to give you a little bit of background on this knife. That is Joe's personal knife. That was his first Raven that he ever did.
That is freaking awesome.
Now, the sheath, Joe did not get an opportunity to finish the sheath, okay? Now, I know that you're wanting to give your hand, you know, give that leather a try and everything else. So, I mean, you can go ahead and finish sewing it up. If you need any help, I'd be more than happy to help you.
Oh yeah, that's a lot further along than mine is.
So, but, no,
Freaking cool.
you're the one that went through and did all this work and got this thing put together, so I think it's only fitting that you're the one that should get that knife.
That's cool. Thank you.
But yeah, I think,
Dude,
that's pretty,
you
I was gonna
gonna
say.
teach me how to hone it?
Alright guys, so it's what we're doing is since I just got the opportunity to meet Lee, we're going to give him the honor of trying to get our fire going on the very first night. Now, what he's using is the inner bark of a cottonwood tree, but the kicker is this is rather damp right now. So he's going to work a little bit hard trying to get this to go, but he's going to give it a shot anyway.
I get a spark, but it just doesn't stay.
Right. Where'd that one real fibrous piece go?
Okay.
Is it right there?
Yes. That's what you're talking about.
You really want to try to get them sparks right on the real fibrous stuff.
On this one.
Now you can see how that dampness is playing an effect. You gotta flame a couple times, but it goes right out. And roll it over on it. Just okay.
Not enough yet, is it?
Nope, not quite. Whenever you get that flame, just gently try to rotate it.
There's 5 of us. And I got 3. Maya! What is wrong with you?
Okay. Now the problem that we're having is we just don't have enough fibrous material. Hey Heather,
Yes.
Can you come over here and run this camera, please?
Hey, look out of the way.
Okay, so what we're gonna do here real quickly
Okay.
is let's try this piece right here.
Mom, get out of the way.
I'm gonna hold this to Daddy, okay?
Huh?
I'm gonna hold this.
We're gonna work this thing to death.
See, Dad, there's my pile of logs. Right there.
Okay, baby. You see all them fine fibers right there? Now try to brace your rod.
And
Okay, there you go. Okay, brace it right about here where my finger is. There you go.
Better to pull the rod back or push
Well,
out.
that's completely up to you, okay? Now, I personally like to brace and throw off massive amounts like you're doing now.
Dad, look.
Hold on, baby, I can't. You've got a, is that a light my fire rod?
Fire still.
Seems like it's a softer one.
Dad, look. You say we can't drag the logs, but
There it goes.
I can
There she goes.
carry the logs.
Okay.
Roll
Now
this in.
just slowly rotate it. See how damp it is? See, that's why it's
There she
that's why it's acting the way it is. So just take your time with it, okay?
This we probably do not want to blow on this as wet as this is and with the wind, do we?
I would just
Let it do its
yep,
thing.
let it do its thing.
So you might want to grab your glove there.
It's going to be difficult to keep going at first. I can tell you that right now.
There we go.
Where'd my other glove
I
go?
have it.
Fire tender. There we go. There we go.
Doing great. Now we got any small tinder or
Yes.
at all? Excellent.
Thank you, Laura.
Now something that I like to do is don't smother it.
There.
Use that like as a fire lay. Keep it up off of it.
Guys,
Maya, out of there.
I kind of spread that. Was that what you would do?
That would be fine.
Yes, I do.
here's your log.
Oh, I get to choose one?
And then get some more and
Maya wants to. She wants to throw one in there.
Yeah, Maya's wanting to throw a log in there.
Good job, man.
That log's gonna burn for 2 days.
That's all right. We'll put it in the truck, take it home.
You know all about that, don't you?
Well, yeah, exactly. You kind of want to have it saved up so if you need it.
I heard that story on the way to go get wood.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a
Yeah, it
fun
was about
story.
David was all excited that he was invited to go get wood.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand why until he told the story.
Because usually people don't invite him anymore.
For a while. Not allowed to go on.
You're going to have to share the story.
I'm waiting to hear the story, yeah.
Yeah, what's the
All
story?
right, well, Justin and I, you know, like I said, we were best friends.
Here, you know what? I've got the camera rolling. Why don't you just tell this story?
The whole world
No-
can hear
no
how
pressure, no
stupid I
pressure.
was. All right, well,
You were young. Young and
yeah,
dumb.
young and dumb.
Needed the money.
Well, after that, yeah. After this trip.
Well, Justin and I had spent years compiling all of our camping gear and all of our stuff. You know, we'd go camping all the time. Man, we had a really, really good setup going. We went out to the lake. We were out there for a few days. That was a plan. I think we were going to be out there for like a week or something. And so we're out there. Well, we bust camp because we were running out of wood. So we decided we were going to go look for some wood. And we're going to all these old campsites trying to pick up scraps or whatever. Well, over on the side, there's this, and it's about this size, big log, stump thing. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is perfect. This will burn forever. And Justin's like, no, leave that alone. And I'm like, no, this is great, you know. And he's, no, it's been burnt. And I roll it over, and I'm looking, there's a tiny little burn on it. So I put my hand on it. I spit on it. I'm like,
I don't know why he spit on it, but he did.
Marketing territory.
I'm like, this is fine, man. I said, this is cold. I said, we're good. And so he's like, no. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, no. Finally, he gives in. The one time he's ever given in on anything.
I don't think it's ever going to happen again.
Yeah,
No.
that was my one chance, and I screwed it up. So he's like, all right, go ahead. So we put it in the back of the truck where all of our gear was. And we start driving down the road, and we're, you know, just yucking it up. We're always being done with each other, and so I can't even remember what we were talking about, but then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, ha. And just like mid-laugh, and he stops, and he's looking up, and he goes, I'm like, what? He's like, oh, nothing, and then he's, you know, going back to normal, And he stopped. We stop, and I'm like, what? Oh, and I look back, and the whole back end of the truck is engulfed in flames.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God, I get out, and we're like tearing stuff out. Fire's beating up on the kerosene. I'm like, my face is right over it. I'm like, ah. And he's like, get away from that. I'm like, oh. And so we pull all this stuff out, and it's just crap burning all over the ground. I mean, all over the street. We're in the middle of the street. And this car is pulling up, it pulls by us, and they're just like, you know, like, we're just having a good time. We're like, and that was like insult to injury to me. And at this point, I was very emotional. So of course, I'm just like, oh man. And Justin's, you know, cussing over there. And then he finally goes over and he sits on the other side of the ditch. And he's just staring, I think probably just soaking in how horrible this situation was. It looked like we just got hit by an IED or something. I mean, it was everywhere. I mean, we threw it, and it's just burning. Like we threw it out, but didn't attempt to put it out. I don't know, whatever that was. But
Safe truck though, right?
yeah, the truck was cool.
Yeah,
And the kerosene didn't blow. And so I'm looking at him. I'm like, I did this. You know, I knew I did it. And I look over at him, and he's looking at me, and he's like, you know, F it, you know, you wanna go swimming? And I'm like, no. Because I just knew he was going to drown me.
swim with the fishes.
Yeah, and I'm like, really? And he was like, yeah, man, let's just go swimming. You know, screw this. I'm like, okay. So we pick up what scraps we could, put it all back into the truck. We go back to our site, and I'm like, I'm sorry, man. He's like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I'm like, no, man, I'm really sorry. He's like, it's fine. Let's go swimming. And I'm like, oh God, he's really gonna kill me. I'm really sorry about this. So I let him go into the water first, and he's swimming around. I'm trying to figure out where he's gonna be swimming, and then I get into the water and I go the other way. And he kept, every time he'd get close, I'd kind of like maneuver around because I really thought he was gonna drown me for what I did, but. Ever since then, I've never been allowed to go on a wood run.
So that's why you were so excited to go on this wood run.
Yeah. They said, "Who wants to go?" He's like,
table.
"Me."
I didn't fail tonight, so.
Yay! I get to finally go.
Yeah.
It's only taken how long?
Yeah, half my life.
Not funny.
Well, it's hard to forget when people try to burn your truck down.
The I-35 corridor. If you go up to Kansas City right off of I-35, you're going to see something called the KC Smartboard. That's a really scary facility, by the way. But you look at proxies like Syria and Cuba, we already know that the Russians are both there. In fact, one of Russia's forward bases is in Syria. And the reason we backed down in Syria was because of Russia.
Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
All right, so then we can start to pull this together.
Freaking, yeah.
China will never let North Korea fall because that's the
No.
buffer between the West.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Japan, South Korea, Taiwan are all under pacts by the United States for us to defend them in case of.
Do you think that we will?
We're forced to.
We're not forced to. Look at Obama. We were supposed to. Your article said we were forced to support Ukraine.
Right.
But we pushed out.
Right. Okay. So now we're looking at the paradigm. Okay. So we're seeing a falter of policy.
Fire, David.
That's not nice.
I can't see David. All I can see is a fire.
It blinds out the camera. You can't see.
Damn! That thing is wicking literally over 6 feet right now.
Can you see him now?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Whatever happened to the live feed laptop thing where we were going to check in and make fun of everybody?
Oh yeah, they're
asleep.
asleep. Yeah, they're asleep now. That would have been cool.
Wow, my knees are freaking on fire.
Yeah. Oh, who put all that stuff on there?
Me. And
Eric.